Hello everyone and welcome to today's episode of Erongo Talk, our community, your news. My name is Leandrea Louw and I'll be your host. Now in today's segment, I'll bring you the latest news. We have an interview with local beauty queen Andeline Wieland, who's going to tell us about her experience at the reality show Bachelor South Africa Season 2. She's going to tell us about her bucket list before she turns 40 and some advice from her side. Of course, I will be bringing you the weather and tides as well, so please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And now for the news. Today is a big day. It's expected that the Finance Minister, Ipumbushimi, is going to tell us a bit about what is expected or what is going to be in the national budget. Now for more local news, the news that a truck driver tested positive for COVID-19 in Walvis Bay over the weekend triggered a flood of false information being circulated at the coast. Immediately after the news broke of the positive case, a message started doing the rounds on social media that Walvis Bay will be placed on complete lockdown, apparently for 3 weeks. A photo is also being circulated of an unknown man who is said to be the truck driver in question. Now, this is false information. This is not true. Our head of community affairs, Inspector Eleni Shapumba, said that people should desist from creating and disseminating unconfirmed information. The public should rather wait for the information from relevant state officials before sending out this information. So if you have a WhatsApp text or a Facebook message, do not press the forward button. The Regional Disaster Risk Committee met yesterday, so we are expected to have a message from the governor somewhere today. So please check out our Facebook pages and our website for the latest updates on that. And then a number of people are on high alert in Walvis Bay after a truck driver who tested positive for COVID-19 breached quarantine rules and visited a local bank. By now, everyone knows that 2 truck drivers that was employed with FP du Toit visited the local bank to apply for a loan after they were told that their salaries were going to be cut by 50%. Now, Standard Bank has issued a statement saying that they have decontaminated and sanitized the Walvis Bay branch. Additionally, they have placed the staff members on self-quarantine who were on duty while the driver was at the bank. Now, according to Margaret Mengo, the head of marketing and communications at Standard Bank, since Tuesday, 14 days have lapsed since the driver visited the branch. And she said that the staff has not demonstrated symptoms of COVID-19 in the 14 days since the client visited their bank. But they will have the staff members tested and get the results as soon as possible. Now, Knowledge Ipinge, the Walvis Bay Urban Constituency Councillor and also the chairperson of the Regional Disaster Risk Committee, has called for the closure of Standard Bank and FP du Toit, the depot here in Walvis Bay, since the driver tested positive. The driver is currently at the Walvis Bay State Hospital isolation facility and his colleague is in another facility. Now, the Walvis Bay municipality has also issued a statement yesterday about the levying of deposits on accounts. So for the Walvis Bay residents, if you've seen an extra $1,300 on your municipal account, basically what they are saying is that all relevant accounts without the stipulated deposit amount in hand are being adjusted to the amount of 1,300 Namibian dollars as per the gazetted tariff. Now, the Public Relations Department of the Walvis Bay Municipality explained various scenarios. Now, many old accounts still have very small deposit amounts and needs to be adjusted. Years back, procedures were different when a new house was built and customers only had to pay the deposits upon completion. Some customers failed to hand in the necessary documentation and pay deposits, and the change from builders to owners are often led to owners' accounts without deposits. A meter should always be linked to a consumer. It happens quite often that tenants leave and new tenants do not apply for services. The meter is then linked back to the property owner and deposits needs to be charged. Bank payments could have been made with incorrect references and the amount then allocated to the normal consumer account instead of the deposit account. Conditions could have changed and new deposits are now applicable. And then finally, incorrect references can lead to amounts incorrectly allocated. Now, the differences can be verified should proof of payments be provided. So if you fall anywhere in this category and you've seen the $1,300, you can just inquire with the Walvis Bay municipality. So please check out our Facebook pages and our website for all this and all the latest news.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here with Andeline Wieland, who is a jack of all trades. You're involved in so many things. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
All right. Andeline Wieland she was in a contestant in the Bachelor South Africa season 2. As we know, she was also Miss Continents 2017, as well as the first princess of Miss Namibia 2016 as well. Model, entrepreneur, the list goes on. And by the way, it was recently her birthday as well. She turned 25. So happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
All right. Speaking of birthdays, I know you're probably not the type of person who has a list of a lot of things that you want to achieve at a certain time or whatever. But what are some of the things that maybe, let's say, before you're 40, what do you want to do before you reach the naughty 40s?
I think the most important thing for me is I really would like to get married young. It is, I want to look good in my wedding dress and I want to enjoy my youth still with my husband. I don't know if I'm going to have kids yet, but if I do, it will probably be in my 30s, so that's on the list. If I'm going to have them, it will be then. But I think I will, I think I'd still love to travel. Like, that's something that's definitely always been a love, and I want to do more of it. And I want to get to a point where I can kind of leave my businesses so they can govern and have people running it for them. So if I can get them to a point where they can all do that, I think I'll be really, really happy.
Right. But any adventures that you want to do, like jump off a plane or anything like that?
I am absolutely terrified of heights.
Okay.
Like that, I like flying. That's really fun. But I would never jump off of anything or into anything. That's not my vibe. I would like to learn to do like deep sea diving though. I do like the ocean and water, so that would be something fun. And skiing and that kind of stuff. Like I like fast things, so racing and that kind of stuff. That's definitely more my forte.
All right. You recently were also a participant in The Bachelor. How was that experience?
It was a very interesting experience. My mom was nagging me because I haven't had a boyfriend in 2 years.
Wow.
So she was like, oh, I want to get like grandkids and you need to move on. So I was like, okay, fine, I'm going to do something absolutely crazy and enter for the biggest dating show there is. And it was really fun. I think I learned a lot about myself in the process because it's a very stressful environment as well. But I didn't end up with a guy. But I also learned a lot, and I think I get along with a lot of the girls, so it was definitely worth the experience. And it's like a really big Tinder profile out there now. Like, guys know who I am, so...
Yeah, it's a win-win situation. And who was your best buddy from the contestants, and why?
I got along with a lot of the girls, but I think just because of the fact that we were the same age and, it's like we're both Afrikaans, we're both still students, Marissa and I got along very, very well. We were together all the time. We actually slept in the same bunk bed. So, it was, and I did her hair and makeup and stuff for most of the time when I was still on the show. So it was, a really, really good friendship, and we just clicked from the moment we met,
Awesome. Because I heard there were rooms. Mark was speaking of, there's the purple room or the what room and so on. But now there's been a little bit of a drama also happening in The Bachelor. What is your take on that? I mean, it's drama that we have not even seen on the US Bachelors, so it's crazy out there.
Yeah, I think the thing is on the show you always get someone that is more reserved like myself in terms of falling in love slowly, and then you'll get people that are much faster in falling in love and getting attached. And I think that's just a different way human beings get feelings for people. And I think it's just been interesting to watch because I guess not everybody knows how to handle rejection. I think it's a tough situation. I think especially if you're so close to the end, it's hard not hearing your own name. So unfortunately, you have to decide for yourself if you're going to accept it or not. But it's not easy.
You did get a bunch of roses, so at least that's an achievement. But what have you learned in terms of love from the experience on The Bachelor?
I think for me, what was very important is like I am very slow and conservative in that regard. I really appreciate it when a man takes the time to get to know me, like show interest in me. But also I'm very family focused. Like I want somebody that values that and wants that for themselves as well, you know. And yeah, I think I also just realized again, I am a woman of faith, and that kind of like that value system is important to me. So all of that kind of added, just reminded me again, like this is what I'm looking for in a partner. And I've come to a point also where I realized I'm very happy being alone. Yeah. So I'll wait until that person comes around. I'm not in a rush at all.
Yeah, they do say that being married or being single, they're just different seasons in your life as well. And obviously now you were already having a lot of followers on Instagram, on Facebook, and on social media in general. But how the Bachelor, how has it also boosted maybe your businesses that you're currently doing?
I think I've always, I've built a following because of my pageant history and, being in the performing world. But this is obviously boosted because a lot of people want to see what drama is going on, on the show. So I've been using the time that they're there now to show them, just by the way, I'm not just a student, I'm also an entrepreneur. I make jewelry, I rent out evening gowns, all of that. And it's really helped because people are like, oh, okay, I can see now, that I can trust her because she's a real person, and she, despite the fact that she's so young, she knows what she's doing because we've been seeing it on the show. So because a lot of the dresses and a lot of the styling, I did for myself just to show people like, listen, this is what I can do. So I think it's really helped in that regard. But yeah, I think a lot of my business's success is just because I'm the face behind it, and not necessarily because it's a unique concept.
So obviously you're studying as well. It's not only beauty. There's also a lot of brains behind Andeline, and she has a couple of degrees, and you're also working on your marketing degree at the University of Stellenbosch. And how when it comes to art, when did you discover that you're an artistic person?
I actually knew in school already, like I was in Amapai, and the only reason I went to that school, despite the fact that they had physics, maths and biology as a compulsory subjects, until matric, was because they had a really good art teacher. And so I think in my matric year I was second in the country with my art marks. Wow. And so it was always very, I love artistic things. But then after that I was like, I don't want to become an artist per se, so I went to go study drama, which was something else I've always been curious about, and it was really fun. But then I realized I do like money.
Yes, don't you?
And unfortunately, acting doesn't pay well. It's very nice, but it's not a well-paying gig. Yeah. So then I went into journalism, which was important to me. So I did my honors in journalism, and that's been fun. But I also again felt I'm not that clinical and that analytical, I still had like my freedom, and so I decided to just rather spend all my time on my own businesses, and that's been going so well that I decided now to go do marketing just so I can improve that. But I think I'll always be a scholar of life in a sense. I don't think I'll ever stop learning, and I just need to keep the doors open because maybe one day I want to work for the UN, and then I need to still get a master's degree somewhere, so you have to keep the doors open.
Let's keep studying. And Corona, lockdown, what have you been keeping yourself busy? I saw you've been doing a lot of challenges here and there, but what has kept you busy?
I've always been a busybody, like by myself. So I started lockdown with doing Disney transformation challenges with things in your house. So I would be like Elsa from Frozen with toilet paper hair, because that's, I didn't have a white wig. But then when I got bored of that, I just started doing, I also went through the workout challenges, of course, but that didn't last very long. I'm not very inspired. Okay. But most recently, I realized there's a big need for masks. So I've started employing 7 ladies, and we have made over 200 masks at the moment. Wow. And there's still demand, which is crazy. I don't understand why there's such a lack of masks in the country, but as long as it means we can go outside, I'm all for it. That's what I've been doing.
Awesome stuff. And as a closing remark, briefly, can you give us, the viewers out there, just an encouragement, anyone out there who's artistic, anyone who wants to start a business, what is your advice, especially for young people?
I think it's important to put yourself out there. So in the beginning, be willing to work, I wouldn't say for free, but for get your name out there, build a brand around yourself. That's the only reason my businesses work, is because it's Andeline Wieland behind everything. But at some point also know your worth. And I've come to a point now where unless it's for charity or for a good cause, I won't work for free. And it might come across as stingy, but you have to know, listen, I've spent 7 years studying, I should get paid for this, and I think at some point you need to become more confident in your abilities and what you're contributing. So I think, refine your art, become good at it, and until you're like, yes, this is my thing, be willing to work for, a little cheaper, but as soon as you're like, I've nailed this now, this is my thing, then start charging. I think people will still support you if you're good at what you do.
All right. Thank you very much for having us here in your very cozy home. And yes, we will definitely continue chatting and talking. So that was Andeline Wieland, jack of all trades, business, arts, beauty pageants, you have it. Keep watching.
Now here's your weather and tides for today. In Walvis Bay, we will have a high tide. We had a high tide this morning at 6:07. Low tide today, 12 o'clock. High tide again, just before 7 tonight, and then a low tide tomorrow morning just before 1. The maximum temperature is going to be 18 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 13 degrees Celsius, and there's going to be plenty of sunshine. Let's hope. And then Swakopmund, it's more or less the same as Walvis Bay. We have a high tide of 5 minutes. We had a high tide of 5 minutes past 6. Low tide at 12 o'clock this afternoon. High tide just before 7, and again low tide tomorrow morning just before 1. The maximum temperatures is 19 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 12 degrees Celsius with abundant sunshine. And we're going to have a westerly wind in Swakopmund. In Walvis Bay, high tide was also this morning at 6 o'clock, low tide at 12 o'clock, high tide just before 7 tonight, and then tomorrow morning just before 1. Now the maximum temperatures is expected to be 20 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 12 degrees Celsius, and there's going to be plenty of sunshine. We're going to have a westerly wind. And then for our other towns in the region, Aranda's maximum temperature of 27 degrees Celsius, minimum of 10 degrees Celsius, a southeasterly wind. Karibub, maximum 28 degrees Celsius, minimum 7 degrees Celsius with a northerly wind. Omaruru, maximum 29 degrees Celsius, minimum 5 degrees Celsius with a northerly wind as well. And then in Usakos, we will have a maximum temperature of 29 degrees and a minimum of 8 degrees Celsius with a southeasterly wind. And that's it for today. A big thank you to Blue Whale Boutique Hotel, Walvis Bay, for the stunning venue they provided to us today. Please go check out our website, www.erongo.com.na. Please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and on Instagram, and send us a message, an emoji, or whatever to our WhatsApp number 0811 7000 40. Until tomorrow, ciao.